Hi guys, it's Katie, and today I'm filming a video about the things that I learned in 2012, or what 2012 has taught me. I saw this trending on Twitter the other day, and so I decided what better way to bring a trend to life and make it into a video. So if you guys want to do this video, I tag everybody. I don't really care. I don't know if this is a tag. It could be already. Who knows? This year has been a very eventful one for me. I got my first kiss this year. I got my license. It's so amazing how much a year can do. So the first thing that 2012 has taught me is that some things are better left unsaid. I distinctly remember my parents telling me when I was younger that if you don't have something nice to say, you shouldn't say it, or if you don't have something nice to say, don't say it at all, or something like that. If you are saying something on the internet, like on Twitter, I always go with the rule, like, if I don't want my grandmother seeing this, I'm not going to post it. So pretty much just know that the things you say or the things you post on social media, they can come right back to the person that you're talking about. But basically, some things are better left unsaid. You should just be considerate of other people and how they're going to react when they read certain things or they hear about certain things. So that's really important, and I learned that this year the hard way, I might add. The next thing is a quote that I've kind of lived by this year, or not a quote, more of like a song lyric, which is, even the best fall down sometimes. Even the best fall down sometimes. Excuse my voice, I'm very sick. This year I've learned that there's no way that I'm going to be perfect and well-rounded at everything, because I'm not the smartest when it comes to things like math, and I'm not the best at sports. So I'm not always going to be well-rounded and perfect at everything, and I just kind of this year have accepted it and just come to terms with the fact that I'm good at making videos and I'm good at being a YouTuber, and it just kind of has dawned on me that I don't really need to try to be good at everything. I failed a few math tests this year and just not done so great on certain assignments. It brings me back to the idea that even the best fall down sometimes. Even the wrong words seem to rhyme. Yeah, that's the rest of the song. There's no one on this planet that's going to not experience any hardship ever. We make mistakes, we're human, it's just inevitable, it's going to happen. We're going to do some things we regret, we're going to fail a couple math tests, you know, be cheated on. It's just a fact of life. That's gonna happen. So we just have to deal with it, and it's the way that we deal with it that really determines whether or not we are winners or losers in the end. There's no way we're not going to fall, it's just picking yourself up that matters. I've also learned a few valuable lessons about forgiveness and just forgiving people when they do wrong. I have come close to losing a few friends this year, and I've actually gained a few old ones back because I have chosen to just forgive them, because life is way too short to go on and just be bitter and not forgive someone for what they've done wrong, especially if they've apologized to you. Save yourself the awkwardness, because chances are you're going to see this person around a lot, so why don't you just either apologize yourself if you've done something wrong, or accept their apology, because again, life is too short. We're only in high school, so why treat things like so seriously and don't forgive them? I mean, obviously it depends on the circumstances, but the circumstances I was put in this year, it completely made sense to forgive them. And being bitter is not the right option. So if something goes wrong, someone cheats on you, or someone steals your guy, you know, something like that, don't be bitter about it. Don't go behind someone's back and talk crap about them, because they're gonna figure it out, and it's just better to play it safe, be nice, be courteous, and stay classy. And that's what I've learned this year, definitely, in a few different scenarios. I hate getting too Christian-y with you guys on my channel, but I did learn a few things, or a lot of things, about my faith this year. I started attending Young Life Club, which is, I've kind of explained this on my channel before. It's basically this club where we meet up a couple times a week, once a week, like definitely, and then sometimes there's other Bible studies and such where we just come together, we sing, we praise the Lord, and it sounds so incredibly churchy, but it's like so different than any other church group I've ever attended. Like, I don't go to church every Sunday. I'm gonna just come out and say it. I'm not there every Sunday, but that doesn't mean I'm not a strong Christian. And I've learned that this year, because I had come to the conclusion that, wow, I don't go to church, that means I'm obviously not that close with God. But I talk to God all the time. I pray, I read the Bible, I do devotionals, and I hang out with my friends, and we talk about God. And it's so different than how I had thought last year, because I had thought that since I didn't go to church, I wasn't, you know, allowed to be a Christian, which is ridiculous now that I think about it. I mean, I wanted to keep that kind of short considering some of you guys aren't Christians, but think about it in your own faith, apply it to your own faith. And I just became closer to God this year and closer to my church friends and have opened up my life to Christ more than I had last year. So that's definitely something I learned. I learned that God is here for me, and even though He puts me in tough situations and gives me things that I don't know if I can handle, He only does it because He knows I can handle it and because He knows that I have the strength to persevere. A lot of tough things have happened in my community this year with suicides and just deaths of family members due to diseases, and it's just been so difficult sometimes to go through it. When bad things happen, we can only question why, like why me? Why does this happen to me? Like why not this person or this celebrity who has it all? But to be honest, we don't know what happens in other people's lives. So many people are fighting their own invisible battles that we can't see. We can't just look at someone and tell exactly what's going on with them. They could have it all together or they could totally not. So the main thing that I learned this year is to not judge people because you never know what's going on with them. It's been so hard because judging people is something that we do naturally as humans, but it's very important to know that we don't know. We just need to give people the benefit of the doubt, and if they're having a bad day and they might be nasty or have a bad attitude, we have to just think like, oh, they're probably not having a great day, and not just go and talk crap about them because we never know what's going on in their lives. Their parents could be getting divorced, they could be cutting themselves, we never know. So it's just important to be a friend to everybody, lend a helping hand, and definitely don't second guess yourself. If you're thinking about talking to someone or approaching someone and asking them if they're okay, don't be like, oh, they'll probably think I'm weird. You should still do it anyway. And I'm going to just close this video with one last important thing that I've learned this year, which is kind of hard for me to come to terms with, but it's the fact that some people aren't gonna like you and you just have to deal with it. There's always gonna be people that don't agree with some of the things you do or are just completely different people. They might not have the same morals as you, and they might judge you and call you bad names and things, but we just have to realize that it's just a part of life, that people aren't going to always like us. People are going to call us out and hate on us and post nasty comments on our videos, and we just have to realize that we can't do anything about it. We can't just spend our whole lives trying to please other people and trying to get people to like us, because that sounds completely ridiculous. Do the things that you deep down think are good and just, and do them. Don't worry about what people are going to say. If you really like reading, don't say, oh, I hate reading, it's such a nerd thing to do, and then read behind like closed doors kind of thing. You need to just be open and tell people what you like to do, and don't worry about people saying, oh, you know, that's really weird. People are going to think you're weird sometimes, but then again, some people could think you're really cool for some of the things that you think aren't very cool. So I learned just to be open and just to accept the fact that some people aren't going to be your biggest fan, and you just have to deal with it. So those are all the things that I have learned this year in 2012. So feel free to comment with some of the things that 2012 has taught you. I'd love to read them and just hear about them. I hope you guys have a very safe holiday and a happy new year, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye!